Hello, my name is Kayla Gibbs, and this is my clinical test presentation concerning glucose determination, enzyme kinetics, and urinalysis. My patient's information in history is the patient is a 60-year-old Hispanic female. She's 5'3", 185 pounds. Her blood pressure was considered a little elevated at 130/85. She has a good appetite, but she has excessive thirst. My hypothesis is that the patient has untreated diabetes, and I believe this because of her symptoms and her age, weight, and ethnicity. Her glucose determination supported that hypothesis, as her glucose measured with her glucometer was 200 milligrams per deciliter, which is considered elevated, and her Benedict reagents test was positive for more than 2,000 milligrams per deciliter, as it was orange, which is considered elevated. And her enzymatic reaction was 1,000 milligrams per deciliter, which is also considered elevated. Her enzyme kinetics was in a normal range for an adult female of creatine kinase, which is between 15 and 160 units per liter, and hers was 60 units per liter, so that's normal range, as well as her lactase dehydrogenase. A normal range for an adult female is between 100 and 255 units per liter, and hers was 126 units per liter, which is normal. Her urinalysis, when boiled 8 milliliters of her urine to see if a precipitate would form, it did not, which is considered a normal sample. And her specific gravity and pH was tested using reagent strips, and her specific gravity was normal, but her pH was considered a little bit acidic. And her urine was also a light yellow color, which is normal. And in her electrolyte panel, the concentration was a bit low or decreased. And her ketones and bilirubin reagents strips that were also tested were considered normal. An Elrich's reagent test was also conducted, and the results were negative for this patient. So in conclusion, the test ran support a diabetes hypothesis because the glucometer test, the Benedict test, the enzymatic reaction test prove that insulin isn't being made or it's not being metabolized correctly in the patient. The patient's urine was also acidic, which is common in people with diabetes. And as well as the decreased amount of ions found in her electrolyte panel also is common with people who are diabetic. Oh, and this patient is more at risk for diabetes, being Hispanic and overweight, and for her age as well. The treatment plan for this patient would be to start daily diabetes medication and or insulin, and a consistent blood sugar monitoring to make sure her blood sugar levels aren't getting too high, and educating the patient on consuming a healthy diet, as well as starting to exercise more often. And that's it. Thank you so much.